Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. In this lecture, we will discuss the tumors of the lip. First of all, the lip contains three important parts which are named as subsites where the tumor may make its appearance. One is the vermilion surface of the upper lip, second is the vermilion surface of the lower lip, and the third one is the right and left commissures. This figure or photograph is showing you these three different important subsites of the lip. Important tumors of the lip are, the common ones are squamous cell carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma, minor salivary gland tumors, for example, mucoepidermoid carcinoma, adenoid cystic carcinoma, then malignant melanoma and sarcoma. Rare tumors and tumor-like lesions which may make appearance on the lip are myeloblastoma, pyogenic granuloma, keratoacanthoma, and granulomatous cheilitis. Lip cancer. The lip cancer makes its appearance on the lower lip about 93% of the patients. Upper lip cancer is seen in 5%, whereas the commissure will have 2% of the cases. Etiology or risk factors which are responsible for the lip cancer are, first of all, the site. On the lower lip, the incidence of carcinoma is 93%, and it has been seen the commonest tumor on the lower lip is squamous cell carcinoma, which is around about 98%. On the other hand, the commonest tumor on the upper lip is basal cell carcinoma. Sex. Lower lip cancer, as I have said, is having squamous cell carcinoma in majority of the patients. And it has been seen that this cancer is more often seen in males as compared to the females. The male to female ratio is 80:1. On the upper lip, the cancer which is mostly seen is the basal cell carcinoma. And it also has been observed that the females, they are slightly more commonly affected as compared to the male sex. The female to male incidence in this case is 5:1. As far as the age of the patient is concerned, it has been seen that the lip cancer is more commonly seen in the sixth decade of life. Race. The lip cancer has been seen more commonly in white races with fair skin as compared to the blacks. The ratio is 10:1. The other important risk factors responsible for lip cancer are heavy cigarette smoking, pipe smoking, poor oral dental hygiene, chronic alcoholism, chronic erosive skin diseases, for example, lichen planus, immunosuppression, and excessive solar exposure. This excessive solar exposure leads to loss of elastic fibers, atrophy of the fat and glandular elements, and hyperkeratosis with atypia. As lower lip is more exposed to sunshine as compared to the upper lip, which is shaded, so it has been seen that there is more risk of carcinoma development on the lower lip as compared to the upper lip. Management of lip cancer. This will need comprehensive history, physical examination of the lesion, then certain investigations and treatment. In the history, we will have to ask important points regarding the lesion. One is duration of the tumor, then history of smoking, drinking habits, etc. occupation or history of sun exposure, as lip cancer is more commonly seen in outdoor workers. Then history of localized thickening, crusting, or ulcer formation on the lip. Similarly, bleeding on removal of the crust, then pain, swelling, edema, tenderness, then lymph node swelling in the neck due to lymph node metastasis. After complete history, physical examination also plays a very important part in making the diagnosis. The important points to be noted are site of the lesion, size of the lesion by measurement with measuring tape, shape and extent of the lesion, fixity to the underlying structures, crusting, bleeding, tenderness, hypoanesthesia in the area of distribution of mental nerve, examination of the other lip and oral cavity for another primary leukoplakia or erythroleukoplakia. Then examination of the neck lymph nodes to know the metastasis in the neck lymph nodes. Then certain investigations which are required are routine investigations, CT scan of the head and neck in advanced cases, MRI and positron emission tomography, that is the PET scan. Incisional biopsy in histopathology to confirm the diagnosis is also mandatory. Treatment. The treatment options which are available are number one, radiotherapy, second, surgery, third, chemotherapy, and fourth is the combination of all these modalities. As far as the surgery is concerned, there are different surgical options. Number one is lip shave for leukoplakia. Second, surgical excision of the tumor and primary closure. Third is the surgical excision of the tumor and repair of the defect by plastic reconstruction. And lastly, the laser surgery. This is the photograph showing you an ulcerative lesion involving the lower lip close to the right commissure. Another photograph of a patient having a fungating mass involving the lower lip, commissure and upper lip. Another photograph from a patient having a very big fungating and even ulcerative lesion along with necrosis involving the lower lip, commissure and upper lip. Thank you.